You guys were enlightening me about the Paul Walker car that killed him and his friend. That they were 9-year-old tires.
Yeah. So what happens when you have a collector car like that, a car that is a top tier. You'll see a lot of these Ferrari Enzos, these top tier collector cars where people will buy them and not put many miles on it. So Roger, who was driving the car when Roger and Paul died, bought this car for his collection. He's a huge collection of cars. Bought this car for his collection. It had been sitting there. He was gonna put tires on it, but Paul was like, "Oh, let me just go for a ride around the block," and they just went for a ride around the block. But because rubber in tires, whether you drive on them or not, will become very hard over time. So it might look like a nice tire with tread, like it looks more or less like a brand new tire, but that rubber has been slowly hardening, and a tire's contact patch with the ground is partially about the tread pattern, but more importantly, it's a chemical bond with tarmac. And so, as the tire ages, that becomes much less effective. You lose traction.
And also, like tires from the 2004 era, they weren't as good as they are now. The Michelins that they would have put on now are way grippier, stickier.
Yeah, Cup tires. These GT3 Cup tires that are on the RSs, and they're insane. Yeah. Once they get hot.
Yeah,
once you
sticky.
And that's the other thing that folks need to understand. Like if you're driving a car. Like,
don't skimp on tires ever.
Yeah. Well, also you can't just drive it fast right away. You can't just take your car, start it out of your driveway, go right to the racetrack, and just fucking. You're laughing, but see, a lot of people would go, "What's so funny?"
Yeah, you got it. With the closer to a racing tire it is, the more heat you got.
Yeah. So what do you do if you're a guy and it's your first day on a track, and say if you got a GT3?
Ever see